Good evening, everybody. Well, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us for another healing circle today. We can radiate the energy out to quite a few places, I reckon, on the planet this week that could do with some healing energy, and especially the people that live there and all the others, the wild animals and everything else. But we'll cover them in the meditation. The first thing is to say hello and welcome. And I'm just going to run by you for the last couple of weeks and probably the upcoming few weeks. Things are going to be a bit hit and miss, I think, a bit luck of the draw. We're moving on in probably late April, early May. Hopefully we'll still be able to do the healing circle on a Thursday night, because hopefully again we'll be in a hotel or motel somewhere that has internet. So and if we don't make it, then someone will either stand in for us, or there's plenty of older ones back in the library. Just go through and pick one out. None of these are time sensitive. They're all there is appropriate now as they will be in 10 years' time, 50 years' time, whatever. So don't feel you're going to miss out. You will be covered. Okay. We've got Sonia Haresh, Sonia. Oh, Sonia, we've got two Sonias. That's right over. It's me and my shadow. And Marianne and Sarupa and Doris. So I think we could make a start. It's timely enough, I reckon. So by now you all know what to do and how to do it. Get yourself sat in a chair as comfortable as you can, and make sure your phone's off, and that you're in a place where people can't come just barging in on you and frighten the life out of you while you're in a deep state of peace. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're sitting comfortable. We've done the housekeeping, and we'll start. We take a nice deep breath. Just take your time, a nice deep breath, and you can feel it going right through you, right through your lungs, your torso, right down to the pit of your stomach, where it seems to come to rest. And as you can see it there, you can begin to feel a lovely gentle feeling coming off of it. And then as we exhale, we're aware of all the negative thoughts, all the hassles we've had to deal with during the day, and any unpleasantness we've experienced. Just thank all the people involved, and then just let it go. Just return it to the source. Just send it back as a cloud or something, anything. And we take another nice deep breath now, the second one, which we do the same with. We breathe it in nice and deep, right deep down to our stomach. And we hold it there as the two breaths become one. And again, as we exhale, we release anything that is negative, anything that may interfere with our thought pattern, anything that doesn't have a pleasant memory. We let them go. There is no room for those thoughts and feelings as we go into a healing meditation. And then finally we take our last deep breath. And we can feel the three breaths inside of us becoming one ball, package, however you see it, one item of healing energy, which is what we have just breathed in. When we breathe out that last breath, and this time we notice that as we exhale, there is very little negativity in there now. Very little trauma. And as we see that, we realize that we are actually beginning to feel quite at peace and rested within our own selves, within our own body. And we become aware now that that blue healing energy that we just inhaled gradually spreads right through our body. It goes to any places of our body that we know are injured or out of balance, perhaps even a broken bone, whatever. We know that healing energy is going to those areas within us. And the healing energy feels like a lovely, comfortable, warm blanket, just completely wrapping you up in that lovely feeling. And as we're within that beautiful blue light that's all around us, we're aware of all places in our body, and our physical body, our emotional body, and our mental body are all benefiting from the gift that the healing energy has to share. Now, as you're in this light, the blanket, all around you, you become aware that that healing energy, that blue light, is getting brighter. Slowly but surely, it gets brighter until you realize that the color blue is a color that has never been seen on Earth. And it's a very powerful healing energy. And as we sit here, we begin now to radiate it out from us, or through us. Firstly, we think of family, friends, close friends. We invite them to join us. Some will say yes, some will say no, but that doesn't matter. That's their choice. We're offering this healing light to those people. And those that join will also benefit from the energy and will help perhaps slow down their hectic life a bit. And now we radiate that light even further out now. So it begins to leave us, and gradually you notice it's like a mist that rolls across the land. Nothing gets in its way until we realize it's completely covered our planet. So we see our planet in this beautiful blue blanket, which is the healing energy. And as we see it around our planet, we call to mind all of the places that we know of that have been experiencing extreme weather conditions, whether it's earthquakes, floods, landslips, the list goes on. In all of those areas that are experiencing that, we ask that the healing light be particularly active in those areas, bringing a bit of peace and a bit of rest and some hope to all those people that are affected. And their thoughts go out to all those people that lost their lives in floods or earthquakes, or wherever it happens. And we share the spare light with them people and their relatives, so that light can shine on them to help them with their grief, help the others on their journey. And as we see the planet still covered in this blue blanket, we just think of the hospitals and the carers, the old folks' homes, clinics, and any place where people go for healing. We think of those people, and we also think of the carers who give their time and their love to many people to help them recover, if that's where they're meant to be. So let's just sit for a few minutes, continually radiating that blue energy out. And every time we breathe in, we are breathing in the healing energy. So it goes through us continually for all of those that could benefit from it. And while we're radiating that energy out, the healing energy, just remember it's not to heal everybody. Those that choose to be healed, that's fine. The others, it just makes their pathway a bit smoother and a bit peaceful until they reach their final destination. And so it's time now to just have one last look at our planet and feel it, feel the energy, and bring that image and the feeling back with you, back to your chair, wherever you are, and allow your awareness to return. Okay, thank you. And before we completely finish, I should have mentioned at the beginning that after we finish this, there'll be an open question time for those of you that wish to stay. Not compulsory, your call. Okay, so thank you all for being a part of this meditation. Remember, you don't have to be a part of a group to do what we just have done. So, thank you all for being here, sharing, which is great. And at this point, I'll say goodbye from the meditation hat and hello to the healing hat, the question hat.
The Q&A hat.
That meditation went so fast. I couldn't believe it when you
Yeah.
said come back.
I know. How long was it? It just felt like it went.
Oh,
It
about
was 5
15
minutes.
Yeah, it's about 15 minutes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Every time you do a meditation, Tony, it's so different.
They try to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit boring. Oh no, we're not going down the bloody tree again.
No, it's never boring.
No. Good. So, here we are.
So I've got a question, Tony, if that's okay.
Well, hang on a minute. I don't know if anyone's going to join us yet or whatever.
Yeah, everybody who's here has still stayed, so no one's left.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. So Rupa is going to be the leading one.
Yeah, it's about the healing book that I think you spoke about.
The healing.
Like having a healing book with people's names
Yes,
in it.
Yeah.
And I realised I've crossed some people's names off and not crossed other people's names off. And then I started to question myself. Should you really be crossing anybody's name off when you put it in the book?
Can I just ask you this before you go any further? Why do you cross your name out?
Yeah, I don't know why I started it, and it's all very ad hoc. Because I think I started crossing names out because people got, like, somebody had a broken leg, their broken leg was better, or twisted ankle or something. So I crossed it, or if they had COVID when the book started, that their COVID was finished. So I crossed it out, and then I realised that it looked a bit odd in my book. So wanted to ask about.
Can I put this scenario to you? You're showing someone your healing book, and they got all these names, and they got 3 names there with a line drawn through them. What are they going to think? Oh, they dead.
Yeah, that's what I think when I look at it. I think that looks like I've said, well, too late, you've gone.
Even if they've died, you still give them healing until they're over the other side, and always.
And I guess as you're saying it, I'm getting that feeling of it's not really like the healing will go to them even if they've died, and it will stop when they're not in that place. So I don't need to cross out.
It'll stop when they choose that, when they realise or choose that they don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
then the healing's still there, but someone else could pick it up. I don't know. But it doesn't. By the same token, you don't have to send someone healing every day. I mean, if you do, it's good because it just builds it up and makes it stronger, and make for the recipient. It just makes it that much better. That it's the old story. You can never have too much.
Yeah.
Unlike you can drown in too much water, but then it saves lives as well. So the healing is it's an abstract thing, isn't it? It's not it's not like you're going to give them a massage every night, every day, whatever.
Yeah. And it's not, we're just the conduit for sharing it out. It's not, I'm not deciding you get it, you don't get it, which is why when I look at my book where some names are crossed out, I feel a bit uncomfortable because I just think, Well, you're trying
but
to
that-
be good there.
You could also sort of look at it from another point of view, the scary one. You know, you've crossed them off your list, so you know I wouldn't like your karma.
I'm going to rewrite it.
Right
I'm going to
again.
rewrite it after this.
You'll find yourself on a cross one day. You know, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Doris has a question on
Who
the
has
same Doris
Doris.
on the same subject.
Hello, Doris. Off you go, love.
So she says, does this mean we don't disconnect or withdraw our energy from a person after having sent healing to them?
Does this? We do not. Yeah. After you've given the percent healing to the person, you really listen to your intuition, and your intuition will say, "Keep going," or "That's okay. That's good." So there's no, there's no timer or rule book or anything. You listen to your That, I mean, that's all. That's the only way I know.
Mm.
If I'm giving someone healing, I'll give them healing, and then when I feel that the energies stop flowing, then it's my intuition telling me, they've got enough healing to get them going, to get them up and going again.
So by the same token, it's also how you know whether to send it to them just the once or to keep sending it. We just stay tuned in until,
Well, I mean, in theory, if I send Sarupa healing, then I don't need to do it every day. I don't need to reinforce it every day. I've sent it and that's it. And then when Sarupa's intuition says, that's okay, we're great now, thanks. But then the idea being there, okay, so it stops going to, or it decreases. I don't know if it stops, but it actually, it loses a bit of strength and goes to someone else. So there's nothing. It's a very.
So it's not lost.
No, I know.
It'll always be used.
So, I mean, healing is an energy, and in any way, in any form, in any shape, you can't destroy energy. You can change it, but you can't destroy it. You can't kill it.
And there's so much healing that's required on our planet. So anything that we send is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it's ongoing, the healing for the planet, really, isn't
It's
it?
always there. Somewhere like we've got over here in New Zealand with all the floods and God knows the devastation and everything else. Something like that, I would probably send healing every, once a morning or whatever.
Especially when it's, so horrendous for some of
so
the
many people
communities.
affected.
And is it, in terms of healing, we always use the blue light? Is there other colors or energy that doesn't matter?
Is it each color has a different type of energy? Pink is unconditional love. Blue, to me, from what I can remember, blue is the healing color. You can do green, which is from memory, it's like a very tranquil sort of
calm,
very calming. The orange is basically sort of transmission. It's change. Orange. Yellow, from memory, is educating. There's been a few cases where kids have been at school and they're not doing very well, blah, 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 blah. And then someone's gone in and painted the room yellow. And, within a few weeks, the kids' marks are going up and really paying attention. So then black is, I mean, nowadays it's sort of the colours of grief. But if you look at it, if you had a bit of each colour and you put them all together, they make black. If you have each colour, if you had a light with a filter on it and each different filter, if you shine it on the wall, it'll be white.
So white has clear. White has all the colours.
White is sort of, white's protection. Like most people that put a bubble around them, we would visualise it as being white. Unless you unless you're really used to it and you know that it could be any colour.
Mm.
But I mean, anything you do is pretty much you're offering it to people, and the potential of it is to help and be useful,
yeah.
be benefit. What that person, if they don't want it, then unconsciously, subconsciously, it will bounce off them, or they'll just brush it off and carry on their merry way.
And isn't it like gold and silver are more divine colours for special purposes?
Yeah. Silver is the highest vibrationary colour you can have for healing, whereas gold is the highest vibration for wisdom, as opposed to knowledge. Knowledge is where I can read a book on being a carpenter and I've got all the knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
But when I go and pick up the hammer and nail, I've got no idea because I've not experienced it. And then after 10 minutes, then I've got the wisdom of how to use a hammer.
So at the moment, for example, with that terrible train crash in Greece that just happened, and with what's happening here in New Zealand, sending blue healing is
well. Again,
beneficial.
it's you use your intuition because it just depends. I suppose you could be. Well, I've never thought of it, but you could send blue healing. You could say you could save pink healing.
Yeah.
And you could save any colour you like for the people that have passed over. Whereas, to my way of thinking, as I said, like I always say, this isn't written in stone. It's just my philosophy that blue's the healing colour.
Yeah.
Primary one. So you send blue and people do
to heal in whatever way they require.
In a few years ago, we used to send pink and blue together in this healing circle, and it would create that purple. Would that become a different? Would that become just pink and blue together, or would it combine to create a kind of different, have a different purpose?
I think if you combine the blue and the pink, as you say, you have a purple. But then it's possible that in some instances that purple, that colour, will have the same energy as a pink and a blue put together. But so there's so many variations on things. I think when people start to do healing, I think before they start playing around with different colours and this, that and the other, they should just really practice doing healing with a friend, or tell your friend what you're going to do, and if they don't mind, then send them a pink colour one night and a blue the other night, and just out of curiosity ask them if they felt a difference.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Rather than trying working with the final experiment, the one that's going to win you the Nobel Prize, you've got to build up to it.
Well, you just don't get it straight away.
No.
We all fell over before we started to walk.
Yeah.
And fell over before we started to run.
Yeah.
But the main thing was every time we fell down, we learnt more about getting up and carrying on.
Yeah.
Instead of laying on the floor banging your feet. I've hurt myself, Mum.
Yeah.
Get up. You'll get over it. Yeah.
So you have an energy of colour that you prefer, and it's blue.
I like using blue for healing. Well, it's just to me it's an easy colour to work with. It's not my favourite colour for anything. Physical things, I like shirts, whatever, different colour. But yeah, blue's, I don't know. Blue's pretty recognised. Someone might say, "Oh, I might use pink." That's fine. That's not wrong.
No, nothing's wrong as long as it's the
Send
intent behind it.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we have any other questions? Does anyone have any questions around healing? You can just put them in the comments if you'd like. Don't be shy.
I've got a question, Tony.
Yeah.
One of the things that I find I feel I do a better job if I'm doing healing is if I'm aligned. And before giving healing, you aligned yourself today.
Yeah, I've got her doing the meditation.
Yeah. So that was, I think, really special to always remember that. Because
Yeah, but there's, yeah, excuse me interrupting you. That's fine. I mean, we sat here, I sit here usually for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes before I begin.
Mm.
Only because I'm lining myself and opening myself up to take a good meditation, one that everyone can follow. But if you see an accident in the street, you don't have time to be
you
able.
don't, you just send it.
You've always got to be aligned.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm,
Like, if
yeah,
you had to
it's
stop
not-
and think, and am
no.
I aligned? You've already missed the
You missed that
opportunity.
opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah.
as you say, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's automatic now that we do send,
Yeah.
energy as soon as we know of an accident of some sort. But yeah,
Tell you, yeah. To me, I just, yeah, and as I say, we're here an fire engine, ambulance, whatever, on the service, and we hear the sirens going and this, that, and the other. We don't know who's in it. We don't know where it's going. We don't know how bad it is, but we cover that ambulance in a blue healing energy.
Yeah.
So that not only the people in it, but all the people affected.
There's just one more
And it's
question
just a
there
quick one. Yeah.
from Haresh, asking if healing works the same way for all life forms.
Why wouldn't it?
So a simple answer.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you use if you send healing to the forestry, that it's to make the trees stronger, to help them grow healthily, and to serve their purpose. And what the energy you'd send to the tree isn't much different that you send to people.
So
Okay.
there you go.
Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for being here and there.
And everywhere.
And we'll see you. And don't forget, the next question will be the first Thursday in April.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's going to be bloody Christmas.
Oh,
how can that
It's
happen?
gone so fast.
Hasn't it?
Okay, then. Thank you all very, very much.
thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Say goodbye.
Okay. God, I'm hot.